Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tarot Juice. In this one, we'll be discussing the energy forecast for fire signs from early to mid-July. What you all need to know first and foremost is that we have officially hit summer season. Now, what this means in the bigger scheme of all things is that summer is the time to energize yourself. It's the time to radiate yourself, your light, your goodness, your optimism, your positivity, so that you can inspire other people to wake their own optimism and positivity up, so that we can all be very active members in creation. Remember, the highest you can be is to be a creator, just like your creator who created you, right? So to use your physical body as a means of creation and to have a very specific image of what you are here to create. Summer is the season to energize all of the seeds of ideas that you planted in your mind in the springtime to really get things going, to get the momentum moving and forward. So, without further ado, let's get into Aries. We're doing Aries. Aries first. Generators of ideas. Warriors. Let's see what Spirit has in store for you and what you have in store for yourself, right? It's always about what you do for yourself and how you keep yourself grounded. Beautiful. How you keep yourself grounded, right? That's the most important thing for you, Aries, is how do you get yourself back to the ground once you're fully inspired and passionate and have so many ideas? How can you make sure to keep your energy focused? How can you make sure to keep your channels going and moving forward? And we are already getting very beautiful insight on how to do that. Just waiting for a few more cards to drop here for you, beautiful Aries. I already see that the tides are turning for you in a very good way. All right, it's because you're learning to address your emotions and to be a very active part of healing those emotions, right? Wow, yes. Well, you're living in the emotional realm right now. Perhaps it's with somebody else. Perhaps somebody is triggering a lot of emotions in us, and this is a good thing. This is a good thing, and we're going to get into all. Oh, wow. Yes. Yes. We are living in our emotions right now on a very intense level. All right, Aries, let's get right into it. So, the tables are turning, and in a very good way, all right? Things have shifted very dramatically, almost 180 degrees, and this is because things are coming in full circle and you're ready for new things. So there's a lot of blessings and a lot of growth coming your way, and this is because, like I said, you've taken a very active role in healing yourself, in rather than waiting for somebody or something or someone to save you and make you feel better and allow you to put all of your darker emotions to the side. You're like, no, I decided now I'm gonna be the member in doing this. No one else, nothing else is gonna stop me, nothing else is gonna start me. I'm gonna be that person, right? And that's what we see in the King of Chalices that came up here, is using your words, using yourself, using your own motivation and experiences to just spread good and to spread creativity, to spread inspiration, but from a very joyful place. Right now, we're focusing on emotions, right? So it's a very joyful emotion that we're riding on. And we're being an active member in our community in inspiring this joy in others. And what this does is it causes a very large chain reaction. Okay, the more you put out there in terms of your energy, the more comes back, right? So the more good you put out there, the more that comes back to you, and it's fuel you use to infuse your projects. So it's a constant cycle, right? What comes in goes out, what comes in goes out, and it's all positive. So it can only go up and further. So we're keeping that momentum going, right? We've had moments where we've dealt with challenging emotions, triggers, monsters of the past came up, things that we have thought were resolved but were actually unresolved. These are all coming up now so that we can use this very active, proactive healing energy to put those moments and those things to rest. Remember, we don't want to bring our past into the future. We want to surrender the past and we want to let go of it and extract the lessons and bring those lessons to build our future. We don't want to bring the actual memory itself, but the lesson behind the memory. So, you're riding on emotional waves and you're learning to ground yourself down, and you're understanding that triggers are blessings in disguise. When we get angry, and Aries, you get angry a lot, whether you show that, whether you keep it inside of yourself, there's always some sort of war going on. But you're tempering this war now. And the way we temper this war is by the higher levels of emotions, okay? The more we tap into our higher spectrum of emotions, joy, compassion, understanding, love, unity, the more that takes away from anger, pride, fear, shame, embarrassment, all of those lower frequencies. So tap into those, keep the emotions rising up. You're tapping into a well of unconditional love that is in your heart. And it's really helping you put things into perspective, really helping you spread joy and generate ideas from a place of positivity rather than a place of negativity. And you're learning to put that out into the atmosphere. And that's causing a lot of change for you. All right, there's balance is being restored. So just keep your mind on all of this, okay? As you go about your projects, as you go about all of the things that you've committed yourself to do, especially in this summer season, keep those emotions running high by being an active part of your own healing. Remember, you're the one in control here. And also understand that there are going to be a few more things that are going to come out that are going to beg for your attention. Memories, triggers. And like I said, triggers are just a way for you to realize that there are certain things that need to leave your body so that you can upgrade to the next level. Triggers are not an excuse to distract or numb yourself. They are an opportunity to grow. So when these come up, we realize this is a timeline that's being repeated that we don't want to repeat anymore. So what's the lesson here for me? And then I thank it and I release it, right? So this is a very beautiful journey where when things were looking a little grim, and now they're looking very positive and bright. But that's only because you are responsible. You are responsible for everything that you feel, and you are responsible for shifting how you feel from the negative to the positive, right? This is you now. You are the king of your emotions, the queen of your emotions. It's time to really sit in that throne, to understand that everything that goes on around you is based on the intensity of your emotions and what you're putting out on an emotional level. So, continue to ride those waves, continue to hit those triggers, continue to be an active member in befriending your triggers and befriending people in your life too that are causing these triggers. Don't see them as enemies, only see them as ways for God to mirror yourself and to mirror the things that you in yourself need to release. There is an extreme well of creativity and passion that is around you right now, and it's time to really believe in that and tap into that, because there are a lot of opportunities coming your way. You're going to need to learn how to time manage, okay? Give everything its proper attention. Don't dwell on anything too much, and don't ignore things and just hope that they're just going to deal with themselves. No, everything needs a little bit of your attention. So that's the journey for you, Aries, right now from beginning to mid-July. Let's see if there's anything that you need to surrender. Just gonna shuffle this a few more times. I think we really talked about it all. I think the point here is to surrender the negative emotions and release them so that they are no longer a part of your being and a part of your body, right? Remember, emotions are just as living as you are, just in another dimension, just in another form. So we want to be gentle with these, just like we would be gentle with human beings. Give it our genuine attention and love so that they can grow towards love, right? We always give love where love is absent, right? We don't perpetuate hate where love is absent, or we don't perpetuate apathy when love is absent. We want to teach those moments what love is so that they can be familiar with love and they can grow with love too. So anytime you notice that there is something that's absent of love, remember it is absent of God. And so you bring God to the situation to inspire love. All right, Aries? Thank you. Leo. Oh, Leo. Just the term Leo, and I'm already like, bright. The sun. This is your season, the season of the sun. This is your time to shine. This is your time to radiate the divine love that is inside of you and to make sure that you keep your insecurities at bay. Remember, you only have insecurities because you yourself are not cheering yourself up. Okay? This is your biggest responsibility. Is to let go of needing others to affirm you and to pick you up because you yourself pick you up. There's no one else that's going to do this for you. Beautiful, beautiful lions and lionesses. All right, I see you holding back. That's fine. We all do that at some point. But don't hold yourself back. Don't hold yourself back. We're gonna need to do some rebalancing here, and I'm gonna explain what that means a little bit. I see you right now doing a little bit too much. You're being a little extra. You're being a little extra in terms of what you're putting in your body. So it's kind of like fuzzing everything. The static is just way too much because you're not allowing yourself to express your channels in a healthy way. But this is your season. So that's why it's the most difficult, right? Because it's your season, it's the most difficult. It bears the greatest challenges for you because it's your greatest advantage. So don't ride on just being who you are. No, this is a time to make some real changes, and real changes to benefit you, not anybody else. You have a lot of passion and a lot of fire and a lot of creative force inside of you, Leo. And it just takes you knowing how to bring it out. So, already off the bat, there's a little bit, we're still holding on to a little bit, okay? We're still like in this mode of like, oh no, it's not worth sharing. I'm not, what's inside of me is not worth sharing. Or, I'm just gonna keep things to myself. What's the point? There's always a point, right? The reason why God, or the reason why you receive an idea or an inkling of something or motivation to start something is because you have the necessary means to see it through. You have to believe this, that the moment an idea pops into your brain, that it's coming to you because you are the one who can deliver it to the people. It's coming to you. You're the right person for any idea you think of. So don't hold yourself back, and don't let other people's negativity hold you back too. Remember, because you are the light, you have a lot of people that surround you. And because of this, it can make it very hard to show your true self because you're trying to please all of these different people that want something from you. But what do you want from you? That's the biggest thing I'm getting here. What do you want from you? Don't forget yourself in the whole scheme of things. You have to know yourself to be stable. And if you don't know yourself, you're going to be a different person to everyone you meet, which is fine. We have to be a little different in terms of our interactions with people based on what, the interaction calls for. But there is a stable self that always knows what to do and how to move about, right? So this is what we're trying to bring back now, is don't hold back. Don't hold back. Things are meant to be given so that you can receive. Things are meant to be given so that there's new space for new things to come in. Right, Leo? So remember this. We can only receive the blessings of our prayers if we go out and give what we have, and if we can recognize it. So the more we hold back, the more we stay in our own inner world, which is fine because there is a lot of truths to be had there. But right now is a season for you to be out and to show and to inspire. So I'm getting a lot of, you need to learn how to balance your system right now. There's something that's a little off balance, whether that be you not taking care of your body and what you're putting into it, and how you're working it, your physical environment. Um, yeah, it's your physical environment mainly. So declutter, get rid of things that no longer serve you, whether that include people, objects in your environment, things that you're putting into your body that aren't serving you very well either. And we're talking about substances here. We're talking about, any kind of extraneous substance that isn't food or drink. You know what I'm talking about. Make sure that we're not doing too much of that, okay? Because that fogs the system, that blurs the channel. It doesn't really allow you to. It feels like you can channel into the right channel when you're going through it, but then when you leave it, remember, what goes up must come down. So anything that goes up will eventually come down, and it's the coming down that takes you further away from where you need to be. So just remember this when you're putting anything into your system, when you're overindulging in anything. It feels good in the moment, but it's not sustainable long term. So we need to find the balance in all of this, okay? So just if you're overindulging, now is the time to let yourself, just catch yourself. Realize this. A lot of shifts are coming for you, and it's gonna feel a little overwhelming. Okay, it's gonna feel like you're gonna feel a little out of control, but this is the best time to just observe while that happens instead of trying to be very proactive and controlling anything. Things are shifting for your benefit. Things are gonna shift hugely for your benefit, and you just have to trust that it is for your benefit. Everything is a blessing in disguise that happens to us. Evolution is always working in our favor if we just allow for it and we have the proper mindset to receive it. Okay, so remember, if anything happens that makes you feel a little uncomfortable or a little like this isn't my zone, it's only because new zones are being introduced to you, and you just have to integrate with it. Okay, your spirit guides are sending you a lot of intuitive messages on how to do this, and one thing that you can keep in mind to try to experience this new zone or this new shift is look back in your childhood, look back on the values that were instilled within you, and you're really gonna have to decide which ones worked and which ones didn't, and you have to move on and move forward with the ones that you believe in, not the ones that your parents made you believe in, not the ones that your society made you believe in, but what do you value? What are your core values? What are your lines that you decide that won't be overstepped? And this includes your own behavior with yourself, right? What is the baseline here and what is crossing the line? You decide this. That is what decides your boundaries, healthy boundaries. And this is something that you're really gonna have to look into, okay? Because that's your foundation. And if that's not stable, things will always crumble because you're constantly giving away your power. When we maintain healthy boundaries, our power is always within ourselves. So learn to say no to the things you don't want to do. Learn to say yes to the things that you wish you always could do but never had the courage to. This is the biggest thing here. And understand that the more you do this, the more you will spread genuine joy and genuine happiness to your community, and the more that you will have the necessary fuel to see things through in an authentic way, because you're finally doing what you want to do, not what you think you have to do because you've been told to do it. You decide. This is your life. This is your power. This is your destiny. No one else controls it but you, Leo. You are bright. You really are. So it's time to use that brightness now to bring warmth into other people's lives, but first to your life, okay? This is the journey that I'm seeing here. Stop holding back. Give what you have, but give the real what you have, okay? Don't operate from a mode of survival. Operate from a mode of abundance. You have everything that you need. You literally have everything that you need. You have everyone that you need around you. Anything that you think you don't have is just an illusion. So shift your perspective here. Rebalance your system. Rebalance the physical aspect of your system. Work out a little more. Eat better. Drink more water. Declutter your physical environment. Go out, walk in nature. All of these things will ground you back into your body, remind you who you are. While the major shifts are happening, this is what's going to stabilize you. Listen, that's even what's going to help you listen to your intuitive messages, the intuitive ideas that are going to be coming to you in the moment that you need them. You need to be in a stable mental state to receive them. Otherwise, things are just going to be way too noisy, okay? So remember, you're actively healing a lot of the past right now, and it's going to be bringing in a lot of joy and creativity, but it's going to be a little challenging to get there. But whatever gives us the most challenge also gives us the most rewards. It's a blessing in disguise. So I'm going to leave you with that, beautiful Leo. This is what you have to look forward to from beginning to middle of July. Keep shining. Keep reminding us how to be beautiful, divine children, curious about the world, and ready to just perform and achieve. Thank you, Leo. It's time for the teacher, philosopher, the healer, Sagittarius. So much love. Let's see what we have in store for the Saggy. We begin with triumph. We begin with coming back from a battle, feeling victorious, feeling we can put something behind us from our future that we finally learn to conquer, that we finally learn to ascend the frequency of, so that it can no longer repeat itself. We're feeling victorious here, and this is the beginning of the journey. Beautiful. There's a lot of growth happening, new ideas, new beginnings, and it's all happening from within first, right? We're creating a world within that's going to bring out the physical manifestations of such things, if that makes sense. The High Priestess has come up, so you really are a channel for the higher, for spirit to come through you, so that you can deliver the proper messages you need to. Remember, this is your role, Sagittarius. This is your responsibility, and your pleasure is to instill ideas and seed ideas in people's minds right now to help them upgrade themselves in their evolutionary process, particularly reminding people that they are completely independent, 100%, and that they have to find and realize their true self. And this is happening for you too, right? The more we help people understand their true selves, the more we understand our true self. And this is the thing that we're all trying to do here as a human being, as a human collective. We're all trying to ascend, and the only way we can ascend is if we blend the masculine and the feminine together. Remember, we are all masculine and feminine, Sagittarius. Every single person in the universe is well, human beings at the very least. I can't speak for other intelligences, but every human being is masculine and feminine. It's we've been very misled into believing that we have to complete ourselves in another person, so that we're 50% either masc or femme, and the other person is 50% masculine or feminine. You are both, and you have to learn how to traverse these two worlds. The masculine energy is the proactive energy. I don't think we need any more. The masculine energy is the proactive energy, the go-getter, the obstacle destroyer, the I have something to do and I'm gonna go do it and no one else is gonna get in my way, and it's very task oriented, it's done, right? The feminine is more the observer, the nurturer, the one who is patient and is still. And knowing when to sit in both of these seats is really gonna help you understand how to conserve your energy instead of spread it so thin, because you just want to be everywhere and do everything, right? So you're coming back from some sort of victory, you're feeling victorious, you're feeling good, it's been hard, but you won, like you always do. And you're going further into the light, you're upgrading here. There's a lot of harmony in your life. And this is leading you to understand that you do have higher intuitive channels, higher than what you give yourself credit for. And remember, reality is always based on your perception of things. So the higher you think you are, the higher you will be. But we don't want to use this heightened state of self to be superior to anybody. It's so important to inspire people to do the same and be the same. We have to remind everyone that a higher state of living is available to everybody, right? Being royal means you are royal too. I am royal, you are royal too. I'm not here to be royal over you. I'm here to remind you of your own royalty. And this is why we teach. This is why we spread our messages. This is why we philosophize, because we are all trying to ascend together. Okay? So, you're being sent messages. Whether you're listening to them or not, that's on you. Look at your dreams. Watch your dreams. Be very aware of when you meet somebody. Don't hold back from the things you have to say. Say exactly what comes into your mind. Make sure that you're not saying it too bluntly. Make sure you're saying it in a way that is soft enough for them to understand it and integrate it to get to the next level, right? And remember that the more you do this, the more you will recognize your own self as whole and individual. Because that's the most important thing here, is it's helping you take off these fake masks that you're putting on because you feel like you need to people please. People pleasing is not a thing anymore. This is a thing of the past. All right? You're learning how to be your true self, and you understand that that true self is the most powerful. And it's going to allow you to find other people who are being very true to themselves. And it's going to just inspire a whole tribe and a whole paradigm of truth. And that is your biggest form of protection here, Sagittarius. And you're going to start noticing that your energy is no longer being depleted, but rather it's being amplified. Because once you were introverted, now you're being more extroverted. Now you're being more, I want to be around people. I want to spread joy. I want to spread love. Because I'm not doing this because I feel like I have to anymore to appease anybody. I'm doing this because it's coming from a genuine place, a higher place. And once we become physical embodiments of that higher energy, it's infinite. So this is what we have to remember here, Sagittarius, in our journey from early to mid-July, is you're receiving a lot of growth. There's a lot of new ideas and a lot of fertile energy around you, just in terms of any kind of growth, right? Whether it be the physical, so pregnancy, whether it be mental, so ideas coming to life, whether it be spiritual growth, so elevating to new levels of understanding and receiving wisdom. It's time to really sit in that power and spread that power to other people so that they can realize their own individuality, so that we can all become real people, true people, no longer hiding ourselves. And that's really what we're here to do, Sagittarius. We're here to remind people that there's no need to hide anymore. Bring out the divine child. Let the child have fun now. But it comes with you and your responsibility to seed these ideas and these moments of wisdom into people's minds. All right, Saggy? Let's see if there is... Oh, wow, I didn't even need to shuffle that, darling. Surrender to effortlessness. There's no longer a need to feel like you have to work, because it comes to you so easily. And I think that what makes it stop is when we think we have to work harder, because wait, it just feels so easy. I think I need to work a little harder and put a little more effort so that it feels like I'm actually doing something. No, just do what naturally comes to you. This is the most important thing here. Be effortless in what you do. Make it look easy for other people so that they can be inspired to do it too, right? And again, surrender to your intuition. Like I said, you are a bearer of wisdom, but you can only bear this wisdom to others, and you can only spread this wisdom to others if you believe that you are an intuitive channel, that you believe that you have these messages coming to you from a higher place. So just be this person for yourself. Just flow, spread, give, love, teach. Understand that you are here to teach in any capacity. You don't have to be a literal teacher, but just showing people the way through your own actions is becoming a teacher too. It's best to lead by example. Thank you, Sagittarius. Thank you, fire signs, for joining me in this episode today. We will have more for you coming from mid to late July, but for now, please keep these words of wisdom or lessons in mind so that you can fully integrate the spiritual levels that are coming to you, that you can fully sit in them without being overwhelmed or overstimulated. There's a lot of change coming, especially in this summer season, which is our element. It's fire. So make sure that you're always, just as a general, being a compassionate, creative, and passionate person to bring out the warmth and the love and the passion in other people so that we can continue to create a tribe of unity and oneness. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining, and I will see you in about 2 weeks.